How does condo board approval work in New York City? We'll demystify this topic in today's video. I'm Nick at Hauseit. Visit Hauseit.com to learn how to save money if you're buying, selling, or renting real estate here in New York City. We also operate in Long Island, the Hudson Valley, as well as South Florida. So let's get started. So many buyers are surprised to hear that condos do have a board application, which honestly is in many cases quite similar to what you'd submit in the case of a co-op. The paperwork, in other words, is very similar whether you're buying a condo or co-op. However, the main difference with condos and co-ops and the board application is that a condo cannot just reject you without recourse, as is the case with a co-op. A co-op can just reject you and send you on your way, and there's nothing you can really do about it. There's nothing in exchange that the co-op has to do if they choose to reject you. Now, in the case of a condo can only reject you as a buyer if they decide to utilize their right of first refusal. This would obligate the condo to literally buy the apartment at the same terms, price, and such that you have agreed to with the seller. Now, for obvious reasons, condos are usually not in the business of buying individual apartments within the building. As a result, most industry participants view the right of first refusal process as more of a formality. The condo will almost always, quote unquote, waive their right of first refusal, and that is in fact what the condo board application process is designed to do. When you submit that application, the condo usually has 20 to 30 days, a mandated timeline to which they have to respond and provide you with that waiver of right of first refusal. Once that waiver is issued, you are then authorized by the building to proceed to the closing. So you might be wondering, well, if the condo can't really reject me without buying the apartment, can I just not submit the application? Do I have leverage? Can I submit like half of the application? And it's a good question, but the answer is that you really are fully obligated to submit all requirements for the board package as outlined by the condo. And the reason you are obligated to is that although the condo technically has that 20 to 30 day timeline to respond, if you don't submit a thorough application, on day, say, 29 of that clock, they can respond and say, hey, we're missing document A or document B, at which point that clock actually resets back to zero. So if you really piss off a condo board and you try to behave inappropriately, they will make your life living hell and they will delay your ability to close in 30-day increments, potentially multiple times. So the big picture is that whether you're buying a condo or a co-op in New York City, just be prepared to go through the process, play by the rules, and if you do, it's a very smooth and seamless scenario. Even in the case of a co-op, it can be pretty straightforward. That's the truth. Now, one final thing to mention. So we talked about this 20 or 30-day timeline that the condo is obligated to respond by. Now, where does that come from? Well, most condos have a set of bylaws, and within the bylaws, it usually states that the condo must respond within a certain period of time. And failure to do so is deemed an automatic issuance of that waiver of right of first refusal. In other words, if the application you submit is sent to the board and you do not hear back after, say, 30 days, and if 30 days is the timeline in the bylaws for that particular building, at that point, you're basically automatically allowed to close. And that is certainly not the case with a co-op. So we hope you found this video to be helpful. Any questions, leave us a comment below this video or send an email to team@hauseit.com. And visit our website, hauseit.com, to learn about ways we can save you money when buying, selling, or renting real estate in New York City, Long Island, the Hudson Valley, as well as Miami and South Florida. I'm Nick at Hauseit, and we'll see you on the next video.